Alrighty, let's take a look at this question. So we're asked to simplify 3x plus 6 over 9x plus 27. It's a rational expression. So I have a motto for this unit of rational expressions. It is, when in doubt, factor it out. So each of these parts of the expression are factoring questions. 3x plus 6 is a factoring question. 9x plus 27, factoring. So 3x plus 6, what you want to do is look for one type of factoring is to take out a greatest common factor. Now, between the two terms of 3x and 6, there is a common factor of 3. In other words, 3 can be divided out of both terms. So 3x plus 6, if you factor out a 3 and divide each one by 3, you would be left with, for the first term, x, and for the second term, plus 2. So there we go. Now we got the numerator factored. Now we do the same thing to the denominator. So we look at 9x and 27 to see what they have in common. Well, they both have a common factor of 9. So if we divide 9 out of 9x, we're left with x. And if we divide 9 out of 27, we're left with 3. 3 times 9 is 27. Alrighty, now x plus 2 and x plus 3, those things in their entirety have to be the same for us to divide those two factors. They aren't because the 2 and the 3 are different. So we can't touch those. But 3 and 9 have a common factor of 3, so kind of like reducing a fraction. 3 over 9 would be the same as 1 over 3 if you divide both by 3. And then we have our final answer. So on top we have 1 times x plus 2, or we could just write that as x plus 2. And on the bottom we'd have a 3 and then an x plus 3. And that would be our final answer. Now, the other thing they usually ask about is restrictions. Basically, in math, you're not allowed to do two things in the real number system. 1, you can't divide by 0. 2, you can't square root a negative. So we have x plus 3 being divided, meaning it's in the denominator. So if we take that x plus 3 and say it can't equal 0, and then we solve it like a little equation. So to get x by itself, we'd subtract 3 from both sides, and we would end up with x cannot equal 0 minus 3, so negative 3. And there we go. That would be our restriction for the final answer of x plus 2 over 3, x plus 3. All right, and by the way, do restrictions before you cancel off any important factors, right? Anything that has x in it. You consider all the factors in the denominator. Alrighty, hope that helped.